Diamonds coach Stacey Marinkovich will bring up her 50th test in charge when the Aussies take on the Silver Ferns in Game 2 of the Constellation Cup. And I'm pleased to say Stacey Marinkovich joins me now. Stacey, great to see you. Congratulations on this huge milestone.
Yeah, it's been pretty incredible. It's been intense. It's been busy, but it's certainly been some of the greatest years of my life to date.
You have a winning percentage of just under 80%. You're chasing an 11th straight series win. When you've led the team to World Cup and Com Games gold, it's been a pretty good first 50 games in charge.
Yeah, it has been. And to be honest, it's not just me. It's an incredible team that I get to work with and the girls on the court. We sort of have really come together. We've really aligned in the vision that we are chasing. And I guess we're putting all the things in place that, are maximising our opportunities.
Was being the Diamonds coach always a goal? And has it been everything you wanted it to be so far up until this point?
I think towards the later part of my playing career and going into coaching, it started to, I guess, sort of dangle in front as to where I'd like to strive to achieve. But I think with anything in my career, it's been, taking that really progressive step through our Netball Australia pathway as a player and as a coach. And I guess I'm really ambitious. I've really liked to push myself. And I guess once I got to that Suncourt Super Netball level and, was really enjoying that environment, it was to say, well, what is the limit to what I could do in my coaching career?
That sort of lends itself nicely into my next question, because the Diamonds have always been one of Australia's most successful teams. So how do you deal with that pressure personally of making sure the Diamonds continue to be the world's best? Is it about, I suppose, galvanising the whole squad and using all of the resources?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we really do inherit the sustained success, and it just is a credit to all the experience and credentialed people that have been before us. And I guess that's the responsibility you take on in putting on this uniform. And, for us, it's not about standing still. It's about embracing what has been before and the foundations that have been laid. But I guess also using our innovation and our skill sets to be able to continue to push things forward. And that's, in the high performance environment, that's the way in which the players play the game, but also the way in which Netball Australia lead our sport.
On the court, Stacey, as a coach, how do you balance out the fact that there is just so much Australian talent, but only 7 places on the court? If we think about Amy Parmenter, Jamie Lee Price, Liz Watson, Paige Hadley, Kate Maloney, just to name a few, is an incredible mid-court. And then you've got the likes of Georgie Horgis, unable to make the team. Plus, the defence end was missing Courtney Bruce and Joe Weston against England, but still performed so strongly. That is such a big headache for yourself.
Yeah, they certainly don't make it easy, and I guess it's a credit to the way in which the girls are led by Liz and Paige in their leadership positions. But I think it's the way in which the girls have really embraced a squad mentality, and they know at different points in time they have to be able to play a different role, whether that's being a squad member, whether it's being in a 15, being in a 12, being in a starting position. And I guess what they do is they make sure that they're doing everything they can to maximise that particular role, to make sure that the team that does step out on court, is able to excel and really challenge and attack each and every opposition that we've come up against.
Is there anywhere we can improve our developing of players? We see a lot of teams recruiting tall international shooters. Does that harm the Diamonds at all?
Yeah, there's certainly challenges that come with international players being in Suncourt Super Netball, and on the flip side, there's many benefits to it. I think it's getting the right blend, and at the end of the day, we've probably had, we've really got some pride in our development programs, in our pathway, the coaches that are leading those juniors, and I guess that's the part where we have to make sure that we keep an eye on what's below the Diamonds, and then also, we have got a bottleneck of talent at the moment. So what opportunities can we provide as a national body, but also can we, I guess, extend or, enhance the Suncourt Super Netball so that our players can get those opportunities?
Super Netball is the world's best competition, with a lot of international players increasing the standard. What do you make of the international game at the moment? A loss to England recently. Do you think the gap is closing somewhat? And how does Super Netball play a part in that?
Yeah, international netball is the tightest it has ever been, and I guess it's, it really puts ownership on us to be able to make sure that we can produce our best when we're stepping out on court, because there's many experienced players in a lot of the international lineups, and I guess Suncorp Super Netball has played a huge role in the development of world netball, and I think it's something that Netball Australia and Suncorp Super Netball can be extremely proud in our contribution to world netball, and being able to have players come over even in the infancy of their careers and then progress and stay here for many years, like a Helen Housby, and then become the superstars that they are.
As we said at the top, you're chasing an 11th straight series win. You have an almost 80% win ratio with the World Cup and Com Games gold. What does the next 50 games look like in charge for Stacey Marinkovich?
To be honest, it's actually just taking the next step towards the next game. I think, with the Constellation Cup, it is one of the biggest rivalries in world sport, in any sport. And, to have our competition coming up and playing New Zealand in New Zealand, it's something that we truly embrace. So I'd love to think that I'm around for another 50 games, but right here, right now, full attention is on New Zealand and making sure that we can keep progressing our game to make sure that we're at standard when we go out there.
You talk about progressing our game. How can we make netball the #1 choice for girls and even boys over the next 4 years? Of course, we've got the home World Cup in 2027.
Yeah, I think for us it's really just embracing inclusion and the diversity across netball and continuing to connect with our community. We are a pathway sport. It starts at juniors and goes all the way through. So being connected to all aspects of our sport, and I think ultimately being able to step out in the arena when the diamonds are there and showcasing what elite netball actually looks like. It's an exciting time coming towards a home World Cup, and I think the way which we can connect but also showcase what we can do, I think gets a really good blend to have the appetite that people want to play our game.
Yeah, absolutely. It is spectacular to watch, and it shuts such a showpiece. Stacey Marinkovich, thank you so much for your time and congratulations on bringing up 50 tests for the Diamonds.
Excellent. Thanks very much.